Hello, hello, hello everyone. It's Brenda with Busy Bees Custom Creations. Hope you guys are all doing well tonight. So today we're going to be making a wreath with this sign. This is in my Shopify store. So let me switch you down here and we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to be using this yellow with the black striped mesh, and we're going to do the ruffle method. Whoop. And this is the last piece, so it's really curly, and this is cut to 20 inches, and we're just going to ruffle right up the center and put one in each of the pipe cleaners. Okay, just like that. And then I have some of this splatter mesh, whoops, that I got when AC Moore was closing. So this is 20 inches long. I cut it 10 inches wide, and I'm just going to ruffle that and put that right on top of this. So we're going to be doing the ruffle method with both of those. Okay, so again, this is cut to 20 inches, and it's 10 inches wide. And we're just going to try and get right up the center there. And these are the last ones, so they are kind of curly. We're just going to keep going around and doing this. I'm going to kind of lift that ruffle up. Okay, then we're going to get another one of these. Fold that in half. And then ruffle that. And put that right on top. We could put the ribbons on at the same time. Let's do that. Then we're going to use this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That pretty daisy ribbon, and then the striped ribbon. So let's go ahead and put this on as we're going around. So these are cut to 12 inches. We're just going to kind of get those all settled. Okay. Ooh, I love that. I love this daisy ribbon. So again, the mesh is cut to 20 inches, and the ribbon tails are cut to 12 inches. Like that. Let's see if we can keep going around. I probably should have done the bottom layer first. Oh well. Hope you all are doing well this evening. You do want to try and get it right in the center there, so that ruffle is even. I really like this splatter mesh. Like I said, I got it at AC Moore before they closed. I bought a ton of it. We're just going to keep going around doing this. Gather that together and pop that in. I can't tell you, I love this daisy ribbon. Lose my mesh here. I just fold a little bit under so that that rough edge doesn't show through. go to the next pipe cleaner and set that in there. You guys knew I had to do a bee wreath, right? And you can use this for Valentine's, or you can use it for summer, really. Spring, summer, any season. It says Bee Mine on it, but it doesn't, you know, have to stand for the summer or Valentine's Day, I mean. So, and we're just going to keep going around and doing that. And seeing if this makes it go a little bit faster. I love this ribbon. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Do you guys have a favorite ribbon? Like, I don't know. I know a lot of my ribbons are favorites. Like, I'm a ribbon hoarder. But I just love these, the daisy ones. I don't know what it is about them. It's just so pretty. Keep going around here. And putting this black on top just kind of makes it pop a little bit. Gives a little more interest to your eye. Adds that little bit of white there as well. And if you have trouble getting this, you can always hold it like this to gather it. Your little birdie there, and then put it right in the center. Okay, there's one more on the top here, and then we will go to the lower, or the outer layer. My ribbon's getting caught there. Set that in there. Find our pipe cleaners. I like to get lost in there. Okay, we'll ruffle this up. Everything's getting caught tonight. So don't forget, if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And also, please join my email list so you get an email when I'm going live and any special events I have going on. I'm usually live every Monday and Thursday evenings, Eastern Standard Time at 7 p.m. So I hope you guys will join me. Okay, so that's the top layer, or the inner layer, all done and ready to go. Now we're going to start on that outer layer. Can you believe how quick Christmas went? Went so fast. All right, now we got to find the pipe cleaners on the outer layer and do the same thing. Now you know we have 6 full-size pipe cleaners on the outer layer and 6 half-size pipe cleaners. The half pipe cleaners, I only put the mesh in. I don't put the ribbons in. I think it just overcrowds the wreath. So you'll see that we don't put the ribbons in the half pipe cleaners on that outer row. And again, you're just going to gather that together. Make your little birdie. And keep going around. I'm going to bring that up. Now this is a half pipe cleaner, so we're just going to put the mesh in here. Okay, so find that next pipe cleaner. Put that mesh in there. Okay, we will put the splatter mesh in that as well. And again, that splatter mesh is cut to 10 inches wide, and then I just fold it in half. Kind of give it a little, you know, it's a little easier to deal with there. And then just spread that out. So that's what the lower layer is going to look like. I'll have to go through and fix all of these when we go through. Probably, I always forget I should start on the bottom layer when I do the ruffles. It's just a habit to start on the top layer. Okay, go to the next one. Get that ruffle in there. Okay, get our splatter mesh. Straighten that out and ruffle that. I'm going to put that in. And get our ribbons here because this is a full-size pipe cleaner. So we're going to put our ribbons in where the full-size pipe cleaners are on that outer row. Okay. Make that nice and tight. I do have some bee embellishments that I have here. So that's why I'm not quite getting rid of those pipe pipe cleaners yet. I'm not sure where we're going to put those yet. Okay, now this next one will be a half pipe cleaner. So we'll only put the mesh in that one. And we'll get our splatter mesh here. Straighten that out and put that in it also. And tighten that up, and then we're going to tuck that pipe cleaner out of the way because we don't put anything else in that one. So see how that's looking? Okay, and oops, it's sticking. This mesh likes to stick to everything. Okay, the next one is going to be a full-size pipe cleaner. We'll tuck that underneath there. Spread that all out. And then get our splatter mesh here. And then get our ribbons. Because this is a full-size one. The way I make my wreath frames, I do 6 full-size pipe cleaners on the inner row or the top row, and then I do 6 full-size and 6 half size on the outer row. Let's fix our ribbons here. Get our next one. Tuck that under. Likes to move on you. Okay, the next one's going to be a half-size pipe cleaner. So we're going to dig underneath there. Remind me next time to start on the top. But you can see how nice and full it is. I'm just going to turn that. Spread that out and then get our splatter mesh here. Put that in. And tuck that under. So you see how that's looking? The half pipe cleaners just have the mesh in, and the full size have the mesh and the ribbon in. Okay, the next one. Open that up, put that in, spread it out, and get the splatter mesh. Whoops. And this is a full-size pipe cleaner again. So we put the ribbon in here. The ribbon's cut to 12 inches. Okay, just like that. Pull that flower ribbon up and the plaid ribbon down. We just have a couple more to go here. I need a bigger table. Does anyone else need a bigger table? Although I don't think any size table would be big enough. Just caught on there. Okay, and if you can't find where that next pipe cleaner is, you can look underneath, and that will help you to find it. Because sometimes they like to hide in there. Or if you missed one, always hold your wreath up from the bottom and look and see where you missed. Okay, tuck that in there. That under and out of the way. Pull those up. There you go. A couple more. Keep it straight as you can go. Gather that together. Find your next one. They do like to hide in there. And don't forget, this sign and many, many others are in my Shopify store. I add new signs weekly, so look for those. I have lots of new, like I said, Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day. I'm working on Easter and spring right now. I do make custom signs as well, so if anybody needs a custom sign, just shoot me an email or contact me through my Shopify store and I can get that made for you. Ooh, I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we have 3 more to go here. And ruffle that. And then, like I said, just kind of look underneath. If you can't see where that's at, you can spot it from underneath a lot easier than you can on the top. Okay, spread that out. Straighten that out. Look how pretty. All right, so the next one, we have 2 more to go. 1 more full and 1 more half. Just make sure you strip that. Okay, find that pipe cleaner there. Just spread things out. So this is the last full-size pipe cleaner here. So we're going to put the last of our ribbons on. I love this black daisy ribbon. Ah. Okay, and then 1 more. We'll make a bow. Like I said, look underneath if you have trouble finding it. It is nice and full. This was the last piece, so it's all curled up. All right. Okay, let's get this on. And we will make our bow. Get our sign on. Okay, there we go. Fix the ribbons. Kind of like to get all smooshed. All right, let's make a bow. And then I have some embellishments we can put on. We may or may not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. We are going to start with the daisy ribbon. I'm going to do about, I don't know, 14-inch, 12-inch tail. Gather that together. We have our zip tie and our pipe cleaner here. Okay. Going to twist that. Measure to 6 inches. Push that down. And then again, twist that real good. To 6 inches. Push that down. And twist. Oh, I was going to do, I think we'll still do it. I think it's the Lisa bow or the messy bow, I don't know. So with this bow, we're going to do 2 loops on one side, and on the other side, we're going to do 2 tails in 1 loop. Forgot I was going to do that. Okay. All right. So on one side, we have 2 loops and a tail, and on the other side, we have 2 loops. And then what you want to do is you want to start the opposite way. What I don't like about that, I wish it had a hole over here. We're going to start the opposite way. So we're going to measure our tail here. So if you had the tails on this side starting, you're going to switch them out. And then we're going to do a 6-inch loop. 6-inch loop. 6-inch loop. And a tail. Okay. Just like that. And then I'm going to add some of this plain black. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to add, now we're going to start with the tails over on this side. Tails. We're going to go into 5 inches this time with this one. 5 inches. Okay, and then we're going to cut that tail off. Okay, so we have 2 loops over here and 1 loop with 2 tails on the other side. And then I'm going to finish it up with the daisy ribbon again. And this time the daisy ribbon will be the opposite direction, where the tails are going to be starting on this side. Okay, so we're going to start with the tails over here this time. And we're going to twist. And again, we're doing 5 inches. And twist. And bring that into 5 inches. Okay, and twist. Inches, and then cut the tail. Okay. It doesn't look like much now. Get that out of the way. All right. Okay, there we go. Our loops and our tails and our loops and our tails. All right, let's get our zip tie. And you want to make sure it's under all of those ribbons. Don't want to miss any. That's it. Pull that off. And get that out of our way. Okay, so you'll see where that indent is. You want to move that zip tie over to where that indent is and pull it to the back. And then go ahead and put your pipe cleaner in there. Twist that a little bit. Okay. All right, and with this, you have loops and tails everywhere. Okay. Tails galore. Okay. Get that tightened up. I know it doesn't look like much now. Once we get it on that wreath, it's gonna look gorgeous. Cut that zip tie off. Make sure you cut the pipe cleaner. Go ahead and put it on our wreath here. If you have trouble, just use your needle to get that through there. Kind of can feel my way through this one. Okay, get that tied on. Wrap it around that frame. Okay, let's get that bow fixed out here. Trim our tails and our loops and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, with this, you have tails and loops kind of all over the place. So I'm going to cut these shorter. Whoops, cut it the wrong way. I want my tails short on this bow. So I'm cutting all the tails kind of short so they kind of stick out a little bit. That one a little shorter. Good. Okay, so there's kind of loops and tails everywhere. Okay, so I think this one I'm going to put this one right here. So let's go ahead and get our little hole punch here. going to put one on either side. Then I'm going to get that 26 gauge floral wire. And put that in. You know, you can use the buffalo check ribbon. I just wanted to do a little bit different this time. So the sign, this is going to make the sign really stand out as well. You can always go with black and white mesh, black mesh, yellow mesh, any of those colors. Kind of going to do it side by side here. Like that. Okay. We're going to get our needle and thread that through here. I don't want that so far down, so I'm not going to pull that all the way. And go ahead and wrap that around your wreath frame. Okay. Again, you just feed that right through there and right through the mesh. Okay. Pull that over this way a little bit. All right. So we have lots of loops, lots of tails. And then I have some of these I'm going to use. And we're going to take these and cut these apart and use it in pieces. Okay. Cut the bees out. Oops, this little antenna there sticking out. Okay, that one and this one. So we're going to take it into 4 parts. I think I might take a bee and put it right in there. I think what I'm going to do is kind of try and wrap it around the bow a little bit. And so he's kind of flying right out of the bow. There we go. Look how cute that is. There we go. Okay. And then I think I might use this. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. Okay. Maybe just the bees. I think just the bees. So I've got one bee over there. Let's put another one down here. And I'm just going to kind of take it and wrap it around the frame. That's nice and secure. There we go. Okay, so it kind of looks like he's hovering there. Isn't that cute? And then one more. And I think we're going to put him over here. Again, I'm just going to take it and wrap it right around that frame. So that's nice and secure. And then that little bee is flying right there. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this. I think we're good. Okay. Let's just fix our tails here. And go ahead and cut these pipe cleaners off. I don't always cut them off. I think I will in this case. So again, we're just going to go through now, fix our tails, cut some of our pipe cleaners off. Tuck that under. Oh my goodness, I love it. Those bees are perfect. Oh my goodness. Just kind of fixing these all up. You know, I didn't want to cut them off before we knew where the bees were going and how the bees were going, that kind of stuff. So you can always go back and do it later. And then fix your ties. Fix your ties, your tails, your bow here. Got one down in here we cut off, and then I think we have maybe one more and we are done. Just tuck that under. Straighten out your tails here. Oh, we got one down there we got to cut. We don't want that sticking out like that. Okay, fix those tails. One down here. Oh, I love how this turned out. So cute. Okay. Must have just got a delivery. Okay. So here is the wreath. And what do you think? I love it. Look how cute it is. And you see how that sign's really standing out because we didn't use all white or tan or anything like that with the little bees hanging up. So look how cute. You can see the bow, the detail in the bow. I think it turned out great. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you guys all stay safe and stay well and don't get COVID. So that's the bee wreath, Bee Mine Wreath. Oh, I wanted to show you. Look how cute. Remember the paintings and the paint pouring we did the other day? So I haven't sealed these yet, but this is how the vase turned out. Look how pretty that is. And every side is just a little bit different too. Love the colors. And then remember we had the painting underneath. And this is how that painting turned out. Isn't that cool? I just think that's so cool. So we're going to be doing more of that too. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed evening. God bless you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.